Yo, what is good, fam? Agent O here with another action figure review, and I've been procrastinating a lot on this one. This is the Figma AZ from the Heavily Armored Schoolgirls, toy line or Figma line that they've been doing. And this is standard fare as far as box art goes. It's just you're seeing all the advertisement photos that they did when they advertised this thing online. Nothing really spectacular going on. It's like you've got the same images on the top and on the bottom. This is usually how it goes, and this is fine. It does what it needs to do, and it's functional. This review actually is going to be a little different from how I usually do my review for reasons that I'll explain later. But for now, I really want to get into the nitty-gritty because I got a lot of stuff to cover. So here is the character in all of its, it's a schoolgirl glory, I guess, if you really want to call it that. But yeah, so far, starting off, I'm actually going to change, like I said, I'm going to change things up a bit. I'm going to jump into the articulation first before I get into the appearance and the sculpt. And right off the bat, as you can see with her head sculpt, the way her hair is sculpted, it kind of gets in the way, and this scarf gets in the way too. So you can't get her to bend her head back to look up. It's just not going to happen. But she does look down really well. No issues there. It's just you could remove the head and remove the scarf if you wanted to, and then you could have the necessary range of motion. But for the sake of the review, I'm just going to leave it on there. But that is an option for you. As far as the shoulders go, she can raise her arms about that high. You have pretty good range of motion. You don't really have much in the way of a butterfly joint because of the way the jacket is sculpted. I almost also wish they had that gimmick where you could pull the shoulders out a bit to get more range of motion, so you could bring her arms closer together so she could do some double grip sword holding poses. She still can, the figure still can, but it is a little harder to pull that off just because the jacket sculpt kind of hinders that movement. She does have bicep swivel right underneath the AZ of her name, and the joint's pretty tight, which is fine. I'd rather have tight joints and tight rotation than loose. And she does have good elbow bend with that really big ball joint, ball swivel, and of course she has really good wrist articulation. Like, there's no issues there. Full rotation, full bend, all of that good stuff. She does have, as you can see, this is kind of a weird thing, the way they've put this together. You can't really tell, but it's kind of broken up, the shirt or her sweater. But you won't really see it because everything else is covering it up. But it is like that so that you have movement for the diaphragm joint or peg or whatever you want to call it. And so you just got to kind of push it because it's a flexible, the lower half of the torso is a flexible plastic. It's actually kind of a bit thin, so you can just kind of push it back into place, just so that you can see the sculpt of the web gear. As long as that's underneath it, you should be fine. She does have hip articulation as well, full rotation and some rockage. Her jacket is also articulated, her tech wear jacket. Rotate her arms up, but yeah, you can flare it out pretty good, as you can see. But then if you do that, you can see like all the inner workings underneath. But like I said, you're not gonna shoot from that angle anyway if you're taking pics and stuff or just playing around with the figure. But yeah, her jacket flares out, which is actually pretty nice. Her legs, her hip articulation, The skirt kind of gets in the way, and also these pouches that she has, which are also, you can also rotate, they kind of get in the way, and so you can't really get a full split, but you can get a split. She is going to be able to do like martial art moves and stuff. You got posability because she has these skinny ass chicken legs. Chicken legs, licking legs, slice and dice. But yeah, these skinny ass legs. So you have a lot of range of, you got good bend at the knee for the range of motion, and her feet as well. You can bend the foot up, arch it back. You've got really good ankle rockage, and you've got the toe point going on too. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. Like I said, it all kind of works. More movement in the shoulder would have been nice, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. You can still make it work though. It just would have been more convenient. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the articulation. I do want to talk about the appearance and the sculpt, and you know, this is all these, I guess, heavily armored schoolgirl toys, they all come with this card, and I think the character looks just like the artwork. I think they pulled that off quite nicely. And you've got the sword and the sheath, and on the back you've got more concept art. You've got her without the jacket and her hair down, and you even have some images of the sword and the sheath with the gun attached to it. So yeah, this is cool if you like this sort of thing. But as far as the appearance of this figure, I don't really have any like complaints as far as its execution. Like they pulled it off, and it looks like the concept art. There's some really good detail on the head with these like accent pieces. I don't know what you would call them, but you know, you even got some writing, some lettering on there at the top of this one. And like I said, the sculpt looks pretty damn nice, pretty spiffy. I do like the paint apps for the eyes as well. But I mean, Figma always does a good job with this sort of thing. There's never any paint flecks or slop or anything like that. Also with her schoolgirl sweater, the sweater uniform, you've got the badge, so it looks like there's a like she belongs to some school of some sort, like an assassin school or something, I don't know. And then you also have the her tech jacket, the tech wear jacket. You've got like some good coloring going on and some white accents. This actually, the graphic designs on the sleeves to me are reminiscent of that tech wear clothing style. You know, that seems to be like pretty popular online in general, like on DeviantArt and in the fashion world, just with concept art. People really do like creating characters with that style. It actually looks more complex when you see it online. Like here you have like the white lettering and the white graphic, like kind of thick blocky geometric shapes, and they really go crazy with it on some of the designs I've seen online. Like there's a site called Fabric of the Universe, I think it's called, where that's all they advertise, where you can actually buy all that stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I do like the look. They do use, like, it's mainly primary colors. It's usually black on black on black, or they might, like, the jacket might be a bright red or like a really chromatic red, and then they'll use the white lettering. The lettering is usually always white. Sometimes they use yellow. It's basically primary colors. And then the graphic design on the shirts and the jackets are bold, thick shapes and numbers. So if you want to dress like you're in a cyberpunk character from the future, then there are many sites with those styles that you can get. But for the most part, I think they toned it down with this figure, and I do like the fact that they did that. And anyway, besides the jacket, like I said, you've got the schoolgirl look as well going on with the sweater. You got some folding, some molded folds in there, which actually looks pretty decent. And of course you got the schoolgirl skirt, which is super short. So, you know, the skirt's too short, and I get that that's for the collectors that this is aimed at. I know if you're into that sort of thing. I am just not one of those people. And here is where I'm going to, you know, get into my bag of knits and just start picking. You know, this is where it's going to get off course a bit, because, you know, now keep in mind, this has like nothing to do objectively with how the figure functions. This is just basically me going off on a tangent about some personal gripes I have with the look of the figure and with this subgenre that the figure comes from in general. But, you know, I can assure you that these opinions are not at all reflective of the toy's overall function or appearance. You know, I can critique and review the figure properly without letting my own issues and feelings get in the way of that. So, you know, I just want to reiterate that the skirt is just way too short. And of course, they sculpted the figure wearing panties, as you can see. It's you know, when I tried to get like some low angle pics for the review, the panties would come into view and I couldn't do the shot exactly the way I wanted it, which, you know, kind of sucked, but it also kind of annoyed me as well. And I just wouldn't take the pic, basically. So, and I know the whole schoolgirl fetish thing, it's a fetish, let's keep it real. It's part of the appeal of these figures. It's the whole, let's take, you know, the military and add schoolgirls to it, or let's take, you know, the tech wear style and let's add schoolgirls to it, you know. And I get that, you know, this is the genre, you know, just cross it over with the schoolgirls, and I'm not here to kink shame that or shame collectors that are into that sort of thing. If you're into that sort of thing, that's great. This is what, you know, this is designed for you. So, you know, go ahead and get it if that's what you like. It's just, I don't care for it. I guess I'm a little bit more conservative when it comes to that sort of thing, if you really want to call it that. You know, obviously you guys are the target demographic for this sort of thing. So if you like schoolgirls and chicks with guns, then go for it. I'm just not all that keen into the heavily armored schoolgirls toy line. Same thing with the Little Armory. I've always watched and saw what they came out with, but the thing I liked about both of these lines was the weapon accessories that they came with. You know, that's honestly the main thing that attracted me into buying AZ and that each Itchy Another figure. And there's another figure I got coming down the line when they release it that I also got because I like the weapons she came with. That one I like a lot more than I do Itchy and this figure AZ. But that's honestly what I dug the most. So, you know, since I've mentioned accessories, why don't we just get into talking about those? And I wanted to start off with the face plates that she comes with. This comes with only two, and one's smiley laughy and the other one's kind of like a stern smile. She doesn't come with any, like, she didn't come with like a yelling face or angry face. It's just this neutral face. And then this is about as mad as the character, I guess, gets, because with this like furrowed brow smile, like maybe she's going to enjoy the fact that she's going to kill you. Maybe she's kind of psychotic, I don't know. But here is the sword that she comes with. I do like the gunmetal gray on the blade. And on this side, you've got some lettering, some white lettering. And I do like the little brake trigger thing that's connected to the sword. Like maybe that activates energy blade mode or something like that. Also do like the, you know, postmodern contemporary look of the handle of the sword. I think this is pretty slick too. Yeah, I mean, just overall, I dig this blade. You know, I'm all about samurai swords and ninjas and stuff like that. And here is the sheath itself. This also looks really good, and it's got this little movement gimmick. You know, it's usually when it's like this is when the sword is out of the sheath, and then when the sword is in the sheath, it folds. You can fold it back, but also good detail overall on this. You know, they always know where to put the white accents to kind of break up the figure, along with on this like cylindrical piece you've got some lettering there as well. That looks pretty nice. Maybe I'll have to get some images, some actual still pics where you can see all that, because the detail is really good and it actually does say something. I can't see it that well with my naked eye, but you also have the handgun that she comes with. This kind of looks like it would be some kind of high caliber handgun. Not sure what it is. It's just, you know, it's concept, and of course, like you saw in the advertisement photos, it pegs in really nicely, holds really well, no issues. Also wanted to point out that I do like the fact that this sheath kind of reminds me of that character from Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, Samuel Rodriguez, because he had that gimmick where he pulled the trigger at the bottom of the sheath and it had that clip attached to it, and it would shoot out the sword whenever he would get into his quick draw stance, or the Aido stance, I think is what it's called, Aido or Aido. But yeah, this kind of reminds me of that, like this would pop out and then bam, it would come flying out or something. But yeah, I do like this handgun a lot. Really cool. And then she also comes with another gun. This is what I would call a WTF gun, because I'm not sure like what kind of gun it is. And I like WTF guns because then that leaves it open to your imagination. If you want it to be a double-barreled submachine gun, you could do that, or it could be a double-barreled shotty. That also attaches to the sheath, so you can have that going on if you like as well. So yeah, I'm all down for futuristic WTF guns. The figure also came with, the guns also have these blast effect accessories, and for this one, I don't know which way. Like, you can put it on either way. You can put it on the easy way, or you can attach it the easy way. It kind of doesn't matter with this one. The choice is basically yours, but I do like the look of this. And I do like the sculpt as well. Looks like you're firing something that's going to definitely kill whoever gets hit with that bullet or bullets. And then you also have a blast effect piece for the pistol. Oh, sorry, I forgot for a second where I put the pistol. But now for this one, it does only go on one way, and I think it's this way. Yeah, it goes on one way, and it's this way, and looks good. Love this. Just to show you, you can't put it on the other way, it won't stay. But yeah, this is nice as well. Good quality plastic. It's not flimsy or gummy. And of course, y'all know what it is. Figma always gives you the hand tree. I will always big this up. And you have 4 sets of hands, 5 counting the basic fists. And you know, these all look good. You know, they're tactical gloved hands, and I've got absolutely no issues with these. You got the holding things hands for the sword. You've got the splayed flexed hands. You've got the relaxed posed hands. You've got the gun holding hands, and like I said, I'll always big up the Figma hand storage tree. And of course, you've got the Figma bag. I always talk about this because I love the fact that they do this. And the fact that they always give you a stand as well. I still have the stand in the bag because I have so many Figma stands now. I don't even take them out of the package anymore. So yeah, I love the fact that they always do this. And I wish more companies did this as well. And that is going to pretty much do it for this review. I really don't have a final thoughts because I pretty much kind of gave those thoughts already. The figures, it's a solid entry. It does what it's supposed to do. I can't imagine anybody, if you're into this sort of thing, like I said, get it. I'm not, so I'm probably going to be done once I get this last figure when it comes in, when it gets released. And that'll be it for me for the whole schoolgirl thing. Luckily, the one that's about to come out is like fully clothed and stuff, so I don't really have any issues with that. And I love all the accessories she comes with, so can't wait to do that review. And I'm gonna leave it at that. So my name is Agent O. It's been a pleasure chilling with you guys. If you liked the review, please leave a like. Hit that subscribe button to stay up on all my uploads if you want to keep watching my content. And that's gonna pretty much do it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm Agent O and I'm out. Peace.